Hey up, it's Steve from Old Yorkshire Geek, and we're here to review live for the finale, the final episode of Season 1. I'm presuming there'll be a Season 2. We will see. I don't know. I think there will, because I think it's done quite well on Disney+. But anyway, and Hulu. Season 1 of Alien Earth. This one's called The Real Monsters. I wonder what they're going with there. What are they, obviously, the aliens, the xenomorphs or whatever, aren't the real monsters, are they? Not according to this show. But anyway, we're going to do that. Anyway, we're live. On YouTube, I hope. Let me check. Yes, we're live on YouTube. And we should be live on Twitch as well. Yes, we are. Don't know why I keep doing Twitch. Not live on Rumble tonight. Pardon me. Just because I haven't reviewed any of I haven't put any of the other reviews of Alien Earth, on Rumble. So I thought, what's the point? I may do I may stick them all together and upload them to Rumble that way. But anyway. So we're going to be reviewing that. But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the video, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. Explore the description for links for stuff like merch. Can you see? There we go. Merch. And my books, they're under there. Amazon Kindle and paperback, give them a whirl. What else? My websites, mercuryrapids.co.uk, that oldyorkshiregeek.co.uk. What else? My other channels, my music channel, and my backup. It's not really a backup, it's just another channel. It's actually the channel, not the original. My original YouTube channel got taken down, and I genuinely can't remember why. It was probably some copyright thing. It was a long time ago. But then I set up another one, and it was just for stuff like, miscellaneous things, wrestling videos. I used to go watch, local wrestling a lot on video and stuff like that, and other things. And what else? And other things. Become a member and you get exclusive videos and early access videos. And if you're a subscriber for more than a day, you can join in the live chat. Such as Win Grace, who is a member as well. Says, I keep forgetting about this show. I believe you mean Alien Earth and not my show. But it is quite forgettable, to be honest. It's not the best show ever made. In fact, it's pretty rubbish. But it looks nice for the most part. The sets are the best thing about this show, to be honest. And maybe a couple of the performances. But the scripts are diabolically bad, in my opinion. But anyway, so we're going to go through it. We're going to break it down. I'll give you my thoughts on it as we go. It's one of the shorter episodes. I don't know what the run times are for each episode, so let's have a look. Let's have a look and see what. I will just type in Alien Earth episode run times. I can type all that in without making a mistake. Right, here we go. Good old AI. Right, episode 1, Neverland, 63 minutes. Episode 2, Mr. October, 55, then 54, then 58. Come on, where's the rest of them? I'm going to have to find another one. Here we go. Episode 4, 59 minutes. Episode 5, 64 minutes. Episode 6, 57 minutes. Episode 7, 44 minutes. Episode 8, 47 minutes. I thought this seemed shorter. But it's not the shortest. It's the second shortest episode of the season, which is weird because it's a finale. I would expect it being longer. I expect it being over an hour, but it's not. But anyway. And spoilers, nothing is resolved in this episode. I was hoping the island were going to get blown up, or Yorkshire ships were going to descend and take the alien specimens away and destroy the island or whatever. None of that happens. I'm just letting you know that before we get into it. Right, so we will get into it. I shall begin. Can you see me cat again? You can just make her out there. She's there on my flag again, on my Yorkshire flag. It's a little sod she is. I put my bookcase up, by the way. Down, you can't see it. It's off camera, but I got a bookcase about, I don't know, several months ago. But it's been too hot in the UK to be doing things like that. Sweating as you're putting bookcases up. And the weather's finally, because it's autumn now, and the temperatures have just plummeted. It's very autumnal now. So I did that yesterday. So I've got a new bookcase over there, all nice with all me games and me Blu-rays and stuff. So I've got more space, and I'll soon fill them up, I imagine. And I'll have to get another bookcase, and I don't know where I'm going to put it. I've got an old bookcase in there that were there, a smaller one, and I don't know where to put it. And my son's just saying, "Get rid of it, throw it out." I said, I'm a hoarder. I can't throw anything out. But anyway, right. Well, that's enough of that. I'm waffling tonight, aren't I? I just don't want to get into this episode. Right, so we will get into it. I shall pop myself down here, and we shall begin. I picked the wrong one. There we go. That'll do. Right, so add it to the screen. Add to stage. There we go. We'll have it like that. Right, off we go. There we go. Good old FX. I watched it this morning. I've only watched the episode once, by the way. I didn't take any notes. So I've probably forgotten what happened. I remember, mental notes were going on in my head, thinking, mention that in your review. I was expecting to do a regular review, by the way, this morning when I watched it. Either I'm going to just write out a review, which are usually the shortest ones, aren't they? Or I was going to do, like what I'm doing now, but not live. And then I thought, sod it, I'll just do a live one. Anyway, FX presents. Here we go. Oh, we get the usual. The title sequence is previously on Alien Earth. So that's what's happening here. We're seeing that's the dead alien, isn't it? I think that she killed in an earlier episode, or the second episode, the third one. I can't remember. But there we go. We're seeing the. Oh look, there's Xenomorph getting some. The bulletproof Xenomorph. I don't know how to pronounce it. But distorted vocalising. I'm just waiting for the title to come on. Oh, I remember poor old Dr. Sylvia got a chest burster coming out of him. But don't despair. It's not the last we're going to see of him. Anyway. She ripped somebody's jaw off, did Nibs. And then, there we go. She got zapped for that. She actually got shot a few times as well. Straight in the body. But remember, she's a robot. Didn't see any milk flying out. So maybe these hybrids don't have the milk that we do see later on from another one. Anyway, there we go. Alien Earth. I bet it's got the music going, hasn't it? Anyway, right, so off we go. As I said, we're going to see Dr. Sylvia again on the beach. The tide goes out a long way on this island, doesn't it? Or is it a chain of islands, or is it in like a bay? I don't know, but I don't know where it was filmed. I'm going to check that now. The joys of live stuff. I just go off on a tangent, don't I? Where was Alien Earth filmed? Question mark. Not that you need to put punctuation in Google searches, but... Alien Earth was filmed entirely in Thailand. Oh, there we go. Utilising both modern studio facilities and real-world locations such as Bangkok, Krabi Province and the Phang Nga Bay. The production used Bangkok for its urban landscapes and futuristic buildings. I've never been to... I don't even know what Bangkok looks like. All I know about Bangkok is Murray Head performed a song about it into One Night in Bangkok. While the natural beauty of Krabi's beaches, jungles and mountains provided additional backdrops for the series. So there we go. So this is Thailand that we're in. And it is supposed to be in the Far East, isn't it? Somewhere. So, because the city is New Siam. And Siam was Siam the old name for Thailand, or did it become Burma? Can't remember. Or did Burma become Thailand? I don't know. Anyway, Dr. Sylvia's on the beach there. He is being dead. Got a crab feeding on his... Actually, it didn't come out of his chest, did it? I'm sure it did in the episode. I'm sure it came up high. It usually come out higher up, don't they? Like on my picture. This one seems to have come out of his belly, doesn't it? Underneath his rib cage. Anyway, he's quite dead with a crab. But somebody's going to come and have a look at him in a minute. There it is. There's the Xenomorph. Who just looks like a fella in a suit. I know it is. I know the original one. They've all been fellas in suits. For some reason, this show, it looks particularly like a fella in a suit. But never mind. Whatever. It is what it is. And it's just having a good old look at him for some reason. Don't know why. Maybe it's thinking, or maybe it's thinking I've got to find my little cousin or whatever. Because there's another one. The one that came out of Dr. Sylvia, Arthur, were captured by Kirsch, Timothy Oliphant's character, were captured by him. So I'm thinking it's probably going to go and look for him. Let me get some shots of the island, the xenomorph going through the brush. There we go. Looks a bit poo, doesn't it? I don't know. It's too bright. There's too much brightness showing this xenomorph off. They've got to be in shadows and stuff, haven't they? And jumping out at their prey and all that, and be all slimy and icky. But they're not in this show for some reason. Anyway, right, so we're at the graves of the hybrids. Remember the hybrids, Wendy and Tootles, who is no longer with us. And I've got to remember the names now. Nibs, Smee, who's named after one of Hook's first mate for some reason. Who else is there? Curly. Probably missing out somebody. Is that it? Well, they're just 5. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. I'm sure I am. Oh, yes, and slightly as well. Yes, because there's 6 graves. Hang on, that was just 5. What is 6? I forgot again. Wendy. Right, so we'll go Wendy, Nibs, Curly, Smee, Slightly. I'm missing one out. Who's the other one? And Tootles. There we go, Tootles. Anyway, this is Dr. Dame Sylvia. Again, I don't know if she's a dame of the realm or if that's just her name. I have no idea. But Dame Sylvia coming to the graves and putting flowers on them. There we go. Dame Sylvia sighs as she puts flowers on each grave. And I said last time, when we first saw these graves in the previous episode, I don't know why they've got these different colour stripes on, no idea. But I'm thinking, I bet it were Dame Sylvia and Arthur that persuaded Boy Cavalier to bury the young uns in these places. Because I bet he just wanted to incinerate them or whatever. They were done with the bodies. Because they had their minds or whatever transferred into android bodies. So adult android bodies. So there were kids ranging from 11 years old, 12 years old, up to about 16ish or thereabouts. But anyway, maybe. Right, so probably got that wrong. So there she's feeling all sad, but the xenomorph's going to come up behind her. Is it going to get her? I don't know. We hear the creature growling. She looks surprised, and there we go. There it is. So it's nicely drooling there. So fair enough. Props for that. But then we gunshot, and I'm not sure where the gunshot comes from. See if we can. See. Let me just see. A puff of smoke. As I said, it's a bulletproof xenomorph. They've shot at it loads of times, and it's never had any injuries. We've never seen any acid blood flying about, and we didn't do here either. So it goes running off. It seemed to get a shot from the front, didn't it? But then all these guys appear. If we're going to show them, there we go. From behind where the xenomorph was. Maybe they had those bullets that go round corners. Maybe had one of them guns from The Fifth Element. Oh, excuse me. I'm burping. Anyway, the security team are here. We see that they've got... or have they got them? They should have Wendy and... or have they dropped them off? I don't know. But this is the team that captured Wendy and her brother Joe as they tried to escape. And that's when Nibs went and ripped somebody's jaw off, killed one of their team, and that's when she got shot. I think they've dropped them off back at base by this time. They've gone back out looking for people. Because we learn later that they're evacuating the island of non-essential personnel. We see the xenomorph running about, ripping people up. We're going to see it running across there. Or there we go. There we go. We saw it then, didn't we? Loads of blood up and down. it's just killing people randomly. Don't know what's happening there. What's happening there? Why is the smoke coming out of that sea there? I don't know. What's going on? Just smoke coming out of the sea there, and I don't know why. Josh says, welcome Josh, I was just watching this, but never fear, Maddie's here, harpoon at the ready. Be careful though with xenomorphs, because don't acid blood spraying about if you find your harpoon willy-nilly. Anyway, that's the boat that we're going to escape on. It's just showing it. I don't know why there's all this steam in the water. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, hang on, maybe this is because he said we think the cyborg cut the underwater trunk line, so maybe that's that. Maybe he went under water and cut the line with, I don't know, explosives or something hot, and that's making the water steam. Maybe that's just a depiction of that. I don't know. The cyborg is Morrow. Remember, he were on the whatever they're called, the Maginot, the USCSS or whatever it is, Maginot, that crashed into New Siam, which we learned were like an inside job somehow, because it had been on its mission for 65 years. I don't understand that. Unless, by this time, I don't think they've got faster than light travel. Because we were told in the previous episode that Nibs may one day invent faster than light travel. So if they haven't got faster than light travel, it'll take them a long time to get to other stars, won't it? So maybe they can get pretty close. So maybe from the point of view from Earth, it's taking them 65 years to go to these different planets. How far is Zeta 2 Reticuli from Earth? I think it's like, is it 39 light years or something like that? It could be, if I'm remembering properly. So maybe that's the reason. But because of time dilation, the people on the ship, if it's travelling close to the speed of light, it wouldn't take that long. So, but they were still going in the freezers, weren't they? But maybe it didn't seem like 65 years to them. Anyway, where were we? Atomites, by the way, giving us telling us, bringing us up to date on what's going on. There's Boy Cavalier. There's terrible names in this series, by the way. We learned that they've put the hybrids in a holding cell. So they don't know how long it'll hold, and we learned that I think they could just get out any time they wanted to. They just break out, or Wendy'll do her magic because she's the Mary Sue. She's the Ray of this series. She could do anything. She's the key to everything, etc. And we learned that Joe and Morrow have been put in another cell that looks pretty much the same. Anyway, he's a bit fed up now, his Boy Cavalier, because it's kind of all going wrong for him. The other creatures are contained. This is from the fly things that eat metal and minerals. They have like acid spit. They're the ones that kill Tootles. Why don't they just eat their way out of their cage? Maybe they can't. I don't know. But and as you see, he's got sheep, eyeball sheep in a box in his office with a security guard. Last episode is that we were thinking he couldn't communicate with the sheep because it's an intelligent alien. The eyeball is an alien called, I can't remember, and it's gone into the sheep, and we learned that it's intelligent and it knows pi. It can read pi in Arabic numbers. But anyway, he's got it in here, and they were trying to find out a way to get it into a human. And Atomine said, "I'll make up a list." And then Boy Cavalier says, "Hang on, I've had an idea," and I suggested maybe we're going to put him into Atomites, but we learned that that's not possible. So I was wrong there. Other people are saying they're going to put it into Dame Sylvia, and some suggested Joe. But anyway, it turns out we're going to get Joe and put the eyeball into Joe, so he could communicate with it. He's looking at his monitors, and he's looking at he's reminiscing about Wendy becoming a hybrid. But anyway, we also learned, by the way, that Boy Cavalier has ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and he's on medication because medication is mentioned. So God knows how he became a trillionaire. I know this, it says he's a genius and stuff, and that he made his first synth when he was 6. Is it? He's bleeding. He's Anakin Skywalker, isn't he? Probably explains why she's Rey. Anyway, he was thinking back because he shot. Remember, it was Joe that zapped Nibs after she ripped that fella's jaw off, and she were about to kill another one of his friends in that security group. So he zapped her with the zapper that's on the pulse rifles. Don't see the zappers in the future, do we? But they must have taken them off. And then she screamed, "What did you do?" Meanwhile, she's been killing people left, right, and centre. Not herself, but she's in communications with the xenomorph. She can talk to it and tell it what to do. And so she's been having it kill people. And as Gary from Nerdrotic says in his review, she's got the biggest body count of anybody in the show. But anyway. Right, so they're accusing Curly of snitching because they don't, she was kind of set up earlier on as to be like one of the a kind of a bad guy. She was wanting to get into Boy Cavalier's favours. She wants to take over from Wendy as the favourite of Boy Cavalier. So they're accusing her of telling the security where they were going. But she's apparently she's all nice now, and she's one of them. But anyway. So they've got to wonder what to do. But she's saying we were scared of them, but they should be scared of us. I don't know why they should be scared of them. Never mentioned that they were scared of humans. But anyway, by the way, Nibs is fine. She got shot several times in the previous episode with a gun, bullets, and she got zapped, but she's fine. So what was she screaming? What did you do for? If Nibs is fine. Anyway, by the way, that's Wendy, aka Marcy. That's Nibs. That's me the real names. That's Curly. She's called Jane. I don't know Nibs' real name. That's Slightly. I can never remember his actual name, and that's Smee. And I think he was Christopher. I don't know. We learned that Tootles were called Isaac, but his real name was something else. I think Steve. I think they said something like that. I thought, well, what do they call him Isaac for? I'm confused. Anyway, I've gone full screen. There we go. I think they should be afraid of us. I think they are already, love. But then she keeps looking into the camera. By the way, his room kind of looks like a TARDIS, doesn't it? The classic TARDIS from Doctor Who, for some reason. Is that deliberate? Probably. Anywho. Right. And she's also in communication with the xenomorph somehow. I don't know how. She keeps doing her noises. Like that. To communicate. But it's miles away. It's somewhere else on the island. So, has it just got really good hearing? Or is she some sort of psychic connection? I don't know how robots can be psychic. Although they are in the black hole, aren't they? That just popped in my head. But I don't know. But she's in communication with it. Maybe she's saying, "Come here and save us." I don't know. It's still on his computers. Kirsch gives an update. We've got a new xenomorph that's obviously growing slightly. It's got its legs and stuff now. It's getting bigger. Now she's remember she can control electronics and stuff just by a wave of her hand. So she's doing that now, and she's going to start taking over. He's still wanting to communicate with this sheep because he's watching him. Hey dear. Now what's happening? Is this where are they bringing Dame Sylvia in? Yes. The security squad are bringing Dame Sylvia in. I think she's Siberian. It says they're Siberian. I think that's her. I think. I could be wrong. I don't know which is which. But they're bringing Dame Sylvia in. They tell her to stay there. And so she does for a while. Yes. Wendy's in controlling this tablet or whatever it is, and she's replaying her. That's before she died. Wendy. She was called Marcy then. Marcy. I forgot the bloody name now. Hermit. Marcy Hermit. I'm trying to think of crabs. I'm thinking of the crabs that we saw at the beginning. I'm thinking hermit crab. She was called Marcy Hermit. And she's like asking questions like, we'll be okay, won't we? And she's going, won't we? Won't we? Proper acting. And she just smashes it up for some reason because, I don't know, she must feel guilty about what she's done to these poor kids who were dying anyway. Anyway, there we see Morrow is being beaten up apparently by the security guards. He's all swollen and stuff. And they've put his cyborg arm in a big, massive metal thing that is probably more of a weapon than his actual cyborg arm. Well, it is because we'll see later. So anyway, there we go. He's getting to know Joe a bit. Meanwhile, they're still on their sweep of the base, looking for survivors or whatever. And they want to get to the armoury, but they never seem to get there. Or maybe they do, I don't know, but we never see them get to the armoury. But they're going into this elevator that opens by itself. So they're going, but then the elevator suddenly has a self-destruct. Is that a thing with elevators? Built-in self-destruct. But we learn it's just Marcy, Wendy, what do you want to call it, messing about with them. I don't know if this is actually a self-destruct, but they're panicking. And they escape. They start escaping, but then it stops. She stops messing with them, and they just go on their merry way. Anyway, so she's going through all, trying to do her stuff. Joe's thinking about Marcy, his sister, from before she died, because he thought she died of a illness that she'd had. I think it was like cancer or something. So he's thinking of the letters he used to get from her before she died, because he was in the military. He's a medic in that squad, and he used to go off, doing missions and stuff. Even though he was a bit of a wimp. I know he's a medic, but he's not very soldiery. But anyway, so we see him there crying, thinking of his sister. And his dad, who just happens to be played by Noah Hawley, self-insert there. But anyway, and for some reason, I don't know, why does Marcy, I'm presumably it's supposed to be Marcy / Wendy, before she were ill, why does she look like Nibs? I don't know, she just does. Anyway, right, so he's saying to the guard, I've got to go and to the toilet, but Wendy opens the door. We see it in a minute, actually. She actually opened it before, I think. Where is it? Where's it doing it? There we go. We just see the door open, I think. I've missed it again, haven't I? Wendy opened the door, and I was like thinking, why does she do it for her own cell? She's opening other people's cells. Why does she do it for herself? Anyway, he gets to the door, kills this guard, just beats him to death. Well, he's going to beat him to death, but Joe stops him. But he probably just carries on. Gets the key, takes off his thing that's a pretty good weapon, because it beat up that, but anyway. And takes his weapon, and now he's going for revenge, and Joe's going to get Marcy. Meanwhile, Kirsch is in the lab doing his stuff. I don't know who that is. Is that just one of the dead scientists? I have no idea. Loads of people died in the previous episode in this lab. So are they just all still there? But anyway, we're going to see these turn into red splotches in a minute. I didn't actually notice this earlier on, but I noticed in a minute there's going to be red splotches there, and I didn't actually see it happen first time I watched it. So let's see what happens. As Kirsch works away, maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe when we go back, because we've panned, and now we're going to pan back. Yes, they've turned into red splotches now. So this is Morrow, who's arriving. He's taking out them two guards, and he comes in, tries to sneak up on Kirsch, but Kirsch is ready, and he turns round and shoots him and misses. Look, gunshot, and misses. So they're going to fight now for a bit. There we go. So they're fighting. Look, he gets milk coming, so he's injured. Kirsch gets his back broken, so he can't walk anymore, but still carries on fighting. And he ends up getting Morrow, even though he can't move hardly, he ends up getting Morrow in a sleeper hold and knocks him out but doesn't kill him. She's still talking to the xenomorph. I think she actually frees another one of the aliens. I think it's the plant alien. The one that we saw in earlier episodes that's like dangling from the ceiling. It's got like a tongue that comes out, and but it's like, I don't. It can move about. I don't know what it is, but that's got out as well. So anyway, so Boy Cavalier goes to see the hybrids, and he's saying, but play nice. You're just ruining everything. But then she snaps her fingers and the door opens. So like, all right, she could have done it any time. She was just waiting for the right moment, for dramatic effect, to open the door. So rather than him running for his life, he just goes in. And that's where he tells a bit of his life story, that his dad was a drunk and he was a rubbish dad. And so when he was 6, he built his first synth. And I wonder if it were Atomites. I don't know. I get that feeling. But anyway, and then he had the synth kill his dad. And then somehow he went on to become the head of Prodigy, which rules like a fifth of the world or whatever. But it suggested that he used his synth to build his empire, if you know what I mean. He said, nobody take orders from like a kid. But I don't know. There we go. No one's going to give a 6-year-old his own empire. So, what did he say? I just made myself a figurehead. Anyway, so he's talking to them, and but they're going to get out because Nibs kills this guy, just beats him to a pulp. Here she goes. Everybody's a really bad shot in this episode. None of the shots ever hit anything, apart from the wall. But he goes running off. So, right, so, they're free now. She sends them all off to do things. I can't remember what she tells them to do, so let's check. Got to play hide and seek. Right, hang on, where are we? Nibs, you find Sylvia. I'll take care of Boy K. Smee slightly. You find Kirsch and the cyborg. And Curly says, my name's Jane. You get the soldiers. Jane. So she's on their side now, even though she wasn't last episode. And then they've all gone. And then she says, nobody touches my brother. And I'm like watching thinking, they've gone now. You're talking to yourself, love. Anyway. So Joe gets to, I think this is Wendy's quarters. Joe's arrived there and finds Atomites, Eddie Hitler from Bottom, Adrian Edmondson. I must admit, he's one of the highlights of this series. Adrian Edmondson, the fellow that plays Morrow, Babu, not Babu Freak, I can't remember his name, Babu something or other, and Timothy Oliphant. They're the 3 best characters. But anyway, so he says he's been sent to find him. Boy Cavalier wants to talk to him, and he's got another offer for him, and he's take you to him and his sister. That's what he says. So he says, come on, off we go, chop chop. There we go. But it's all obviously a ruse because he wants him to get the eyeball alien into Joe. Right, so yes, the xenomorph has arrived in the facility because he's going to drag somebody off in a minute. There we go. He drags that body off. Meanwhile, these are the security people. Do they shoot at it? I don't know. Don't know what happens. Do they? Yeah, they just see it there. Are they going to shoot at it? God knows. No, we don't know. Oh, yes, soldiers screaming gunshots. It's there. Oh, dear. So they're probably dead. As I said, it's bulletproof. It's bulletproof as this alien. Meanwhile, Dame Sylvia's just staring out the window. Smee and Slightly arrive in the lab, and Kirsch says, "Where were you 10 minutes ago?" So he says, hands him a cord, says, "Tie him up," as in tie up Morrow. But they don't. I think they tie up both of them. because they're not with him anymore. They're for themselves, so they tie up both of them. Meanwhile, Joe takes, Atomites takes Joe to the office and he shuts him in. He says, "I'll give you some privacy." Shuts him in, but we see that the door's open, so that the eyeball sheep's out. There we go. And it's and then it comes out of the sheep. Obviously, it wants to go into a human, which it has done before, by the way. Remember on the Maginot, it got inside Michael Smiley's character, the engineer fella. So maybe that's how it knew Pi. I don't know, but anyway, off it goes. Whee! It's trying to get him, but he hides. He jumps into the box, and but then he jumps back out for some reason. And he's trying to get it. He gets knocked about a bit, by the way. It's resilient, is this little bugger. He does get knocked about a bit. Because Wendy arrives and saves him. But Atomites comes, and they're going to have a fight now, because this is where we learn that Atomites is a synth. And is he the original synth? Is the one that Boy Cavalier built when he was 6? I don't know. But, because we see, look, where does it say? It says something to her. Where is it? No, I've gone too far. What does he say? Oh, whatever. Told him it was a waste of technology, as in making the hybrids. But he's still a child at heart. So that makes me think, was he the original one? Is he the original synth? But anyway, see, good old eyeball alien still knocking about. It escapes. It goes down like a drain and gets outside. Anyway, so he's going to get her, but she goes, "Stop," because she's magic. She's magic, is Wendy. He's knocked out, by the way, is Joe. He's always getting knocked out. And she just stops him with the power of her mind. Stop. And he can't move, apart from his eyes. He's out there. Oh, look, I can't move, he's thinking. Rick Mail should run in now with a frying pan and go, doing, hit him. But you don't get to hurt us anymore. Anyway, Joe comes round and she says because he's part of the network, he's connected to the mainframe and the network and all that stuff, so I can control him just like the other stuff. Anyway, he's apologising for what he did to Nibs. She was going to kill people. She killed one person, she was going to kill somebody else. Don't be sorry. Anyway, but she's getting on a high horse. She's supposed to be the main character, but she's totally unlikable. Maybe you should call me It. And he's trying to he's doing his best, is Joe, to explain stuff to her. I suppose, remember, she's a kid, essentially. She's got an adult body, but she's a kid. Anyway, but even though she says that, but she's acting like one. Anyway, anywho, so they're going to leave. She just pushes him over. Boom. But he's still moving his eyes. Are we going to see him again? I think we will. Right, so we get this bit with these flashing lights that are doing me head in. Look, he's got himself a what do you call it? A bulletproof vest on. Did he have that on before? I don't know. But you see, look, the xenomorph's up above. And is it going to get him? There we go. It comes down. And we've got Wendy and Joe arrive. Wendy clicking, and it jumps. It don't get him. It jumps over him and takes out all these security guards that, as I said, it's bulletproof and just kills them. What's the point in having weapons in this? I don't know. The only weapons that seem to work against anything in this series is the stun guns, the zappy things. Anywho, I think he kicks him here. Gives him a good kick to the face, like that. There we go. Right. So, they've entered the lab of Siberian and the other security squad or whatever. This was the squad that Joe was the medic for. Anyway, so they're in the lab. She's looking around. We see that, look, that's from the plant alien thing. I presume it's got a name, but I don't know. We don't know where they got all these aliens from. Did they go to LV-426 for the xenomorph egg? eggs. Where did they get the other stuff from? I don't know. I mean, there are other moons in that system, aren't there? I think the moon from or the planet from Prometheus. I think that's in the same system. I'm sure I saw that on a YouTube video recently. Anywho. Anyway, it gets her. There we go. It gets her. Gonna show it. Burbling. There we go. It's gonna get her now. Look, because she's just looking up, and it's gonna just grab her. Which surprised me. I must admit. I thought one of the fellas had be got, and she'd have to save them. Modern. But she's just shooting blindly. So I think killing her own people. There we go. Apart from that fella, and so she's dead. It kills her. And then I don't know what happens to him. I can't remember. Anyway, meanwhile, back on the beach, and poor Arthur is lying there. But eyeball aliens found him. Don't know why it's done to him. Don't know. There must be lots of dead bodies littering the island, including in the base itself. If it wanted to go into a human, why didn't it just go into, one of them? Or did it want this? Did it want Arthur specifically? I have no idea. But it goes into him. Even though he's been dead for God knows how long. So in it goes. There we go. And he sits up. In a minute. There we go. So it can possess the dead now. It makes zombies. It is now zombie eyeball alien. So don't know what's going to happen with him in season 2 if we do get a season 2. But anyway. Meanwhile, the Yutani forces are coming. Here we are in their airships. They call them airships in this for some reason. I don't know why. And obviously an overlay of Ms. Yutani watching, because it's Noah Hawley and he thinks he's arty, doesn't he? So the Yutani force are arriving and they say, it's invasion protocol, we're going to seize everything and all that stuff. I was hoping they was going to nuke the island, but they don't, they're invading it. Right, so the hybrids have put all their enemies into the holding cell. There was Kirsch there with his broken back. They've cleaned him up a bit by the looks, got all the milk off him. And we see that Boy Cavalier's tied up. Dame Sylvia's there. Atomites, they've tied him up as well. And they've got Morrow tied up, and they've put... you can't see from my fat head. Hang on. Oh, no, because it'll go off. Never mind. We see that Morrow... They put the thing back on Morrow's arm. Anyway, so... She's saying basically to Wendy that we're in charge now, and we're not going to do what you say anymore, and we're going to rule. And we see that the alien is actually, the xenomorph is actually outside, because she can control them. Is it going to show it? No, for Pete's sake, it does show it. But the bloody skip on the the others arrive. It's going to show it. Oh, the plant monster and the eye thing got away. So I don't know what's happened to the other security guard, the one that were there when the plant monster got Siberian. But we're going to see that not only she got her friends there, the other hybrids, but she's got the xenomorph and the other xenomorph. Is it going to show us? For crying out loud. It is. We're going to see it in a minute. And then Joe arrives. Here we go. There it is. The xenomorph's there. Her pet xenomorph. And we see, look, it's got a little pet of its own. It's got the other one as well. So there are 2 xenomorphs now. Has that got horns? Is it? Oh, no, it's just the lighting. I thought it had horns then. It's just the lighting. So the 2 of them look at it going, hey, look at me little fella, look. So anyway, so there we go. Now we rule, she says. And that's the end of the season. That's how it ends. So there we go. Babu Cisse. There we go. Him that plays Morrow. Thank you. Thank you, credits. So there we go. Yeah. The end of season 1, 8 episodes. Not the best. But I can't say I hate it. I don't hate it because it's quite funny in places. It's just not very well written. But it looks nice. But all the characters are bloody awful. Apart from Timothy Oliphant's character, Kirsch and Babu Cisse's Morrow and Adrian Edmondson's Atomites. Everybody else, don't care about them. The star of the series, Sydney Chandler's Wendy / Marcy, is horrible. She's just killing people left, right and centre. But anyway. A terrible end to the first season. What did Noah Hawley? Was Noah Hawley confident he'd get a season 2? I have no idea. But apparently it's not been announced yet, I don't think. Has it been officially announced, season 2? Now that season 1's over, we're going to get an official announcement. Alien Earth season 2. Is it going to say anything? Let's have a look then. The Hollywood Reporter. Oh, let's have a read of this then. Oh, for Pete's sake. Just a minute. Bloody ad blockers doing stupid things. Go away. It's just going to keep saying allow ads in it. I've got to... Oh, no, we're all right now. Right, so I'll drag this over. Just bear with me. Where are we? Right, I'll drag this over. We'll have a read of this, shall we? Because this is from today. Or yesterday, sorry. Alien Earth creator Noah Hawley on that finale cliffhanger and season 2 plan. Oh, pardon me, I'm burping. Have a drink of water, Steve. Right, the showrunner on the final moments of season 1, how they impact the show's future. These children have no idea what's coming, I presume he says. There's Timothy Olyphant as Kirsch. Right, go away. Right, well, FX's Alien Earth, Disney Plus internationally, concluded its debut season run with a moment that almost felt like a stage play curtain call. All the acclaimed sci-fi dramas surviving broken toy characters, some like Timothy Olyphant's Kirsch, literally broken, together in one room, including the xenomorph. I mean, nobody died, apart from Arthur. But we see that he's not really dead. He's come back, hasn't he, as a zombie eyeball alien. But anyway, apart from the red shirts, you know, the security people, they didn't quite take a bow for the audience, but their ambitions and murderous resentments were seemingly put on hold for now. The uniquely staged cliffhanger was also rather practical. Showrunner and executive producer, and up his own ass, artsy-fartsy Noah Hawley, arguably gave himself plenty of options for season 2, rather than box himself into one particular direction following a season that incorporated several different ideas, genre styles and threads. Ahead of the finale, Hawley spoke with the Hollywood Reporter. Hang on, let me move this over here a bit. There we go. Where were we? About how the finale set up a second season of Alien Earth and how the vibe of the show's final moment may be a bit deceptive in terms of what comes next. I'm guessing it's going to be all-out war, because remember the Yutani forces, Wayland Yutani forces are arriving, aren't they? Anyway. So with Fargo being this is them asking this question. So with Fargo being an anthology series with a story that wrapped each season, and it was pretty good. I used to like Fargo. I wasn't a fan of the season with, I can't remember, was it Chris Rock? Yeah, it was Chris Rock. I didn't like that one. You could always do a finale on that show where you could just do anything you wanted. This felt like a finale. It didn't feel like a finale at all, where you kept all the chess pieces on the board. Yeah, apart from the red shirts. I know you have a long-term plan, but is there also some degree of let's see what the audience reaction is to these characters and these storylines before making any permanent decisions about them and the season 2 storyline? I said he seemed confident that they were going to get a season 2. He replies, I think there's an artistic answer to that. Told you he thinks he's an artist. He's an artiste. And there's a commercial answer to that, right? Obviously, I had to plan and execute a story that's going someplace. It didn't go anywhere, did it? Nothing happened. And then this whole thing is a proof of concept experiment to see if enough people on the planet want to watch an alien TV show to justify the expense of a second and third season of an alien TV show. So has he planned up to season 3. I've heard some people say planned up 5 seasons. Anyway. So for me, I never hedge my bets. This is not a closed-ended season. This chapter is closed, but your tiny troops are landing. The balance of power has shifted. These children have no idea what's coming. The last line of "Now we rule" is triumphant and uplifting. She's a murderer. She's like killed loads of people. I'm not just meaning the soldiers. She's like killed. She's had the alien kill like lab workers and people, cleaners and stuff. People just doing their jobs. Not henchmen. Anyway. But cut to 10 minutes later, and what is going to be happening? So I like that it has that real-time urgency to it. Except we're not going to see it for like another 2 years at least, are we? Because you know what Hollywood's like these days. It's also worth looking at some of the structural elements. I'm used to working with 10 hours, and I had 8 hours here. And it shows. And because of the way the story unfolded, I had 2.5 hours at the crash site. Well, maybe you shouldn't have then. Maybe you should just be a better writer and get your story told better. And I came back to Neverland for 1.5 hours. Then I had a spaceship episode, the show's 5th. And then I had 3 episodes to pay off the Neverland story. There was a lot that had to be accomplished in a constricted period of time, so there were a lot of structural challenges to make sure that it's not only immersive on a character and thematic level, but that the show can set and pay off a story while setting up a future story. What's gratifying to me from the critical response is that this high-degree difficulty dive seems to have landed. From the critical response, I've seen nothing but bad reviews. I haven't seen anybody say that this is amazing. Even like channels like Heavy Spoilers and Alien Theory haven't said it's amazing. I don't think they've said they hate it or anything like that, but they haven't. They don't seem to have been, reading between the lines, they don't seem to have been blown away by it. Anyway. Boy Cavalier, how long is this article? I don't know. Boy Cavalier Samuel Blenkin seems proud of Wendy, Sydney Chandler, saying, "Now we rule." He started laughing. When she said that, he started laughing, giggling maniacally. Does it suggest that she passed some sort of graduation in his mind that he's privately had? No, he's just mental. I think he is. I'm glad you picked up on that. There's this word that was coined in Northern California, disruptor. Boy Cavalier has real anti-authoritarian issues from his father, even though he's the figurehead of a corporation that rules a good portion of the world. Anyway. And came into this world where there were 4 major corporations in the span of 6 to 8 years, became a rival to these people. Everyone else is invested in maintaining a status quo, and he is an anarchist. So how did the corporations end up controlling these parts of the world? Because we see that they've got like military assets and stuff. So how did... I don't know. He's an anarchist, I feel like. I've read that. And so I think there's something about this moment where he realised that not only has he created this immortality product, but is it? I mean, are they... They're dead, aren't they? We can see the graves, they're dead. Are their memories in the robots just... Can they be copied? I don't know. It suggested, I think in the previous episode, that they can't transfer the memories to another body. Because when Tootles were killed, it was suggested that they've been having trouble with that aspect. And Boy Cavalier said, well, that's $6 billion down the drain. But anyway. But that his best invention is this self-aware machine. If you're Peter Pan, he's obsessed with Peter Pan, and you want death to adults, how great is it that the children are going to rule now? It'll be awful. It'll be like Lord of the Flies, won't it? Who knows what will happen? So if season 1 is Peter Pan, is season 2 going to be Lord of the Flies? Maybe. So I do think he certainly has a low point when Wendy holds up the mirror and shows him who he really is. Yes, she said to him, you're not Peter Pan, you're just an angry little man, she said. Anyway, but then there's delight in the fact that she's picking up the matchbook and is ready to burn it all down. It's so exciting what's going to happen next. It was actually Morrow that we're going to burn it all down, that's what he said. did Morrow. I'm going to burn this place to the ground, and then he got captured. What is the latest? Oh, here we go. On potentially getting a season 2. Previously, you said the show could run, here we go, first as many as 5 seasons. There we go. But I noticed you just referenced getting a second and third season. So it made me wondering if you've adjusted that ambition at all. To which he replies, no Hawley, I wouldn't read too much into that. I don't have a destination in mind. I don't know how long it will take me to get there. It's been such an amazing act of play for me to enter this franchise and bring my own ideas to it. And just like with Fargo, I think, who am I kidding? As long as they let me tell stories in this tone of voice, don't just get somebody else to write. I'm going to tell stories in this tone of voice. Right now, I feel flush with enthusiasm for this hybrid show. See what he did there? That I've made between Alien and looking at the future of humanity in a way that feels entertaining. People were expecting, by the way, in the last episode, for there to be setups, for the Nostromo, for the Alien film, because it's set only like 2 years before Alien, the events of Alien, and people were suggesting that they were going to set him, maybe mention the Nostromo, or mention Weyland-Yutani has another ship in the vicinity of Zeta 2 Reticuli, or something like that, but they didn't. They didn't. So I don't know. And look, there are artistic goals. It's off again, isn't it? And the commercial goals. I think we've launched incredibly well, and I'm certainly hoping that it's not a long nail biter of can we do this again. I'm sure you can do it again. It'll just be, if you're writing it and directing, so it'll be just as bad as season 1. My hope is certainly in the next couple of months to get some kind of sign from them as to whether I should get another job or get back to work. That's it. That's the end, right. So he doesn't know. We don't know if there's going to be a season 2, according to the Hollywood Reporter yesterday. So, yeah. Let's go back again and see if there's... to click that properly. Let's go back. Alien Earth season 2. Look at the other reports. No. Just saying he's given this interview, hasn't he, with the Hollywood Reporter. So we don't know. What's that? A surprising update from Forbes. This is from today. Right, let's have a look. I think he's just saying the same stuff, isn't he? Talking to somebody else. He's confident that they'll get to make more, but there's been no official announcement, has there? Been no official announcement. So the boss of FX has told him they wanted him to focus on at least writing 2 seasons of it before returning to a possible 6th season of Fargo. But there's nothing officially announced. No, nothing officially announced for season 2. Right, fair enough. Right, so, yeah, season 1, not very good. But I didn't hate it, because I did actually find it quite entertaining, but in the wrong way, because I was just like going, a lot, or why did they do this, or why are they so stupid? I think that's the big thing that people remember about this season of Alien Earth. A lot of the characters are incredibly stupid. And why are the xenomorphs bulletproof? I don't know, but how can she talk to them? Does she know what she's saying? Why does nobody ask what the alien is saying in response to her? If she can speak to them and give them orders, tell them what to do, and they obey, they're not killing her or people around her. So she's the new queen. By the way, the one part of it, if you look at her, she does look, I don't know, vaguely similar to a character in Alien Resurrection, the Winona Ryder character called Call. And there was a part of it where I was thinking, is she going to be one of the well, she's a hybrid, isn't she? But is she going to be one of the androids that leads the revolution in, I don't know how many years? Because remember, Alien Resurrection is like 200 years, isn't it, after Alien, or Aliens. Say 250 years-ish after the events of Alien. So maybe she does live that long and lead a revolution. Because she was saying, I'm not Wendy and I'm not Marcy. So who am I? She said to Joe, and I was expecting him to say, he might actually say it, I don't know, but what am I going to call you? And I was expecting him to say, call, because that was the Winona Ryder character. I thought that was going to be a reference, but it wasn't, because she does look a little bit like Winona Ryder's character in Alien Resurrection, which I like. I'm one of the people that likes that film. But anyway, right. So there we go. We'll leave it there. So that's my review of Alien Earth, episode 8, the finale. It's not very good. Not a lot happened in it. A couple of people died. Red shirts essentially. But all the main characters, even the ones that had died previously, are back on their feet again. Apart from Kirsch, who's had his back broken. But I'm sure they'll fix him for season 2, if we get a season 2. I kind of want a season 2, because I want to see what happens, even though it's rubbish. As I said, it looks nice. The sets and the... I can't say the photography's nice, because it looks a bit flat. Even the bits in the jungle and stuff, with all the foliage and that, it kind of looks flat to me. But anyway, there's not any depth. But the sets are lovely, and particularly in the episode where it was set on the Maginot, those sets look just like the Nostromo and stuff from Alien that were amazing. But anyway, so I'm hoping we do get a season 2. I also want to see what happens. I want to see Weyland Yutani troops just get slaughtered by these. By that time, they'll have 2 xenomorphs running about, won't they? And the eyeball alien zombie going round, going 3.14159.265, because that's all he knows. Pie. And who else? Oh, the plant aliens floating about as well. I think it's like when it moves about, it's a bit like an octopus or something. It like opens up and does stuff. We see it in the background a few times. See if we can find it. We do see it in the background. But I'm probably not going to find it. Knowing my luck. I think it's in the lab. But not here, but later. When the other soldiers get in there. Hey. Here we go. Right. Here we go. We see it in the background. Right, so they're going to go in here. Right, now just kicks him. And as they come in, we see it up on the wall in the background. I'm probably not going to see it, am I? Oh dear. And it kind of looks a bit like an octopus. Can you see it? It's there somewhere. Or did I dream it? Oh, there it is. Look, there it is. Look, on the wall there. Look behind it. You see it moves off. Look. Right, I knew I'd seen it and not just dreamt it. For some reason, she goes in there and it stinks. I imagine it smells all, I don't know, sulphury, acidy, ammonia. I imagine it stinks. That's the alien that Marcy killed in the earlier episodes. But anyway, I digress as usual. Right, so we're all done and dusted for season 1 of Alien Earth. A terrible series. But I kind of like it at the same time. Even though I don't like it, it's rubbish. It's terribly written. But I still want to know what happens next. So, could you say mission accomplished for Noah Hawley? I don't know. Is it more? It's more morbid curiosity than actual enthralling storytelling. Really, I just want to see what happens next. So there we go. But how long will we have to wait? Another 2 years, 3 years for season 2? Because they don't rush about, do they? Hollywood these days. Just get on with it. Get it filmed and get it out next year. Like they used to do in the old days of TV. They used to bang out 20, 24 episode seasons, didn't they, in a few months. But anyway, right, we're done and dusted. We'll leave it there. We will leave it there. So thanks, Winnie Grace and Josh Temple, for popping in while I go through that episode. We will see what happens. Don't forget, got merch, alien-inspired merch. Over on the store. Follow the store button or whatever it's called. I don't know. Anyway, so there we go. Right, so thanks for watching. And wherever you are, look after each other. Don't get got by aliens if you can help it. You know, I know if aliens are going to get you, they'll get you, won't they? Nothing you can do about it. But, you know, don't be driving along long country roads at night if you can help yourself. But anyway, I'm waffling again. So look after each other. And until next time, I'll see thee. That old Yorkshire geek with stories